Have you ever wondered why we treat kindness as if it were a bank investment? We offer a smile and expect a smile in return. We help a friend and secretly open a ledger in our minds, waiting for the day they will pay back the debt. And when life suddenly strikes us, when our kindness is met with betrayal or indifference, we cry out, "Where is the justice? Why is the world so cruel to me when I have been so good?" But here is the intrigue. In those moments, you were never truly kind. You were simply a merchant trying to bargain for a better fate. Real kindness has no destination, and that is exactly why it is never wasted. In a bustling eastern city, there lived a merchant named Malar. He took great pride in his honesty and his generosity. One day, while returning home, he saw a man drowning in a turbulent river. Without a second thought, Malar dove into the water, risking his own life, and pulled the stranger to the shore. The man was unconscious. Malar brought him to his home, paid for healers, and fed him for a week until he regained his strength. When the stranger finally left, he didn't even turn his head to say, "Thank you." Malar simply smiled to himself. "Let him go in peace. My kindness will return to me." Years passed, and the wheel of fortune turned. Malar's ships sank, his warehouses burned, and he was left with nothing. Slandered by his enemies, he was brought before the high judge of the city on a false charge of theft. Malar looked up and trembled. The judge was the very same man he had saved from the river many years ago. Malar's heart filled with hope. "This is it," he thought. "Now life will pay me back. He will recognize me and save me." But the judge looked at him with cold, steel eyes. Malar tried to remind him of that day on the riverbank, but the judge cut him off. "The law is harsh and the same for everyone. My personal memories have no weight in the face of justice." And he sentenced Malar to exile and the confiscation of his remaining property. Malar left the courtroom, crushed by the injustice. He wandered into an old garden where a master sat, whose presence was as silent as an evening shadow. Malar fell to the ground and wept. "Master, kindness is a lie. I saved that man. I gave him a part of my life, and he has destroyed me. My goodness was for nothing. Life is just a blind, cruel joke." The master looked at him and asked, "Tell me, Malar, when you were pulling him from the water, did you feel alive?" "Yes," Malar replied. "In that moment, I didn't think of myself. I was full of strength and light." "And when you fed him in your house, did your heart smell like flowers?" "Yes," Malar whispered. "I felt a lightness that all my gold could never give me." The master smiled. "Then how can you say your kindness was wasted? In those moments, you became someone else. You purified your own source. You received your reward the very second you performed the act. You became wider, deeper, more luminous. Your mistake is that you want the world to pay you with external things for something that has already enriched your soul." Listen closely. We are used to thinking that kindness is an arrow shot at someone else, but it is not. Kindness is a fragrance that first fills the vessel in which it is contained. When you show compassion, When you help without expectation, you change the chemistry of your own being. You stop being a slave to your ego, which is always afraid of not getting enough, always calculating losses. In the moment of a selfless act, you become divine. Is that reward not enough? Do you really need someone else to confirm it with a measly thank you or a return favor? The world may be unfair, judges may be cold, people may be ungrateful, but none of this can touch the light that was lit inside you when you were kind. Your kindness is never wasted because it has already changed you. You are no longer the person you were before that act. You have built a temple within yourself that cannot be destroyed by external storms. If you wait for a return, you are building a marketplace. If you simply give, you are building a sanctuary. Look at the rose. It gives its fragrance even to the hand that crushes it. It does not ask if that person deserves the scent. It simply blooms because that is its nature. And in that blooming lies its absolute ecstasy. Stop the bookkeeping with God. Stop waiting for life to pay its debts. You already received everything you needed the moment your heart opened. Kindness is not a means to achieve a better future. Kindness is the highest future, manifesting right now. Be kind simply because it is the only way for your heart not to turn into stone. Be kind because it makes your breath light. And then, even if the whole world turns away from you, you will discover that inside you there is something that does not depend on the opinions of others or external circumstances. You will discover life itself, which is always on your side. Just observe this. Do not judge the judge. Do not blame the ungrateful. Simply preserve your fragrance. That is where true freedom lies. That is the victory that can never be taken from you.